Okay, so I wanted to show the other part of this setup. Now, the first part here was in the spirit of you read the opponent does a delayed wake up, or they just try to wake up with a block, or maybe they've got an unsafe armor like Quan Chi's and you just blow it up. This is a different read where the opponent might try to tech roll backdash or tech roll jump out or jump out. And I wanted to show that if you do the setup correctly with the right hit advantage and your timing's right, those options are just not even applicable. And I do believe that's even the case on Triborg, but don't hold me to that. I think I did show in the last video that it caught him. So here it is. Okay, so if you delayed wake up, you're going to eat a really tight overhead low. If you just block, you're going to eat the same tight overhead low with that. If I tech roll and block, which I'm having real struggles with. Okay, you taking a double overhead there. If I tech roll and backdash, I get caught and launched. If I just backdash, still get caught. Gonna try and jump out now. Still get launched. Gonna jump forward. Still get launched. I'm gonna tech roll and jump back. Still get caught by the back one. And this was the weakness of the setup. This is the way out. Okay. So this is what we discussed. But in this situation, if your opponent just keeps doing this, you can just not do the 2-4. You can just do back one. And maybe you can do back one net or something along the lines of that. So if you, I'm going to try and just jump back again raw just to show the jump back doesn't work. And I'm going to do tech roll and block. Just to show you that, oh look, the load. So I did tech roll block before. And the low didn't happen, he just did overhead, but actually the low can hit still. Okay, it didn't work that time. So it's kind of a 50-50 away for the opponent, and I assume it depends on how far the Cyrax runs forward and the starting points. So the opponent doesn't know that they don't have to block the low. Interesting to see how so I did the backdash block there. Interesting to see how I can't even say it. But let's just see if you can like alter that as the Cyrax player to work in your favor. But this is the backdash. This is essentially the counter backdash, tech roll backdash. The way out of it is to tech roll jump back. So if you're against this, guys, this is your only option out, and you still get hit. And they can even, on a read of that, do back one raw net and recapture you. So you got to be careful there. If you delayed, I'll show again. If you delayed wake up, they're still probably going to get hit by that. So yeah, that's the setups, guys. Really exciting stuff. Hope that you can start incorporating this kind of thing into your gameplay. I want to try and put this sort of reset into a bread and butter combo as well. Maybe you'll get 25%. I want to try and get at least 25% and then do the exact same reset where they have to take the low overhead low if they block, if they tech roll block, or if they delayed wake up, they still have to take the really tight overhead low. And if they backdash and try and get out, they'll still get tagged, and obviously you still got the chase down. The problem that I've got at the moment, it's not a problem, I mean the setup works fine, is if you're trying to counter their tech roll backdash and you go for say the forward 3 or the forward 1-3, this to counter it, there is no hard to blockable aspect there. The opponent can just block, and yes, you're plus, but You know, there's no sort of setup there, is there? There's nothing tricky for the opponent, and you've basically wasted all your pressure because you've tried to read a tech roll backdash and the opponent's not even done it. Whereas with this setup, if you're going for this and you're doing this sort of overhead, low overhead stuff, and they still can't tech roll backdash it, that's super potent. How frustrating it must be to fight against a Cyrax player that can do this sort of stuff very fluidly. Who knows? Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you can use this to your advantage, and I'll try and keep bringing out new stuff.